We the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money and the power. Never be fake. Stick to cosign for 3. What did he say? Create jobs. Support our own. Educate the same and buy back your home. Got 3 degrees. Triple 10. 3 PhDs. Now we on the CNN. DBTV. Let's talk about negligence. Ignorance is bliss, but we can turn it to intelligence. Believe none of what you hear. Half of what you see. Let's break it down here on Dr. Boy's TV. Here we are.
Good morning, everybody. Let me make sure you guys can hear me okay. What's going on? I am getting up and headed to go do some work. I don't know if I mentioned to you guys, I basically said, F this Corona stuff, and I took my family down to Florida and we had a great time, and but it was kind of crazy because when we left, none of the chaos had started. The only thing we were thinking about was the virus. And then suddenly there are all these riots and white people in Switzerland and Germany, like protesting, so we talked about that yesterday, so I'm not gonna go into that too much. But what I want to really remind you guys to do, what's going on, Sherwin and Best Graham, how are you? B1, yes, B1. I wanted to remind you guys of the importance of staying focused on what it is you're seeking to do. When you're talking about all of this stuff this week, one of the things you haven't really heard much from or much about is some sort of unified plan, some sort of unified set of demands that black people can and should make in response to, all the chaos that's going on. Because at the end of the day, black people need to really claim at least a piece of what's happening here. They really need to claim a piece of this, because if you don't claim it, they're gonna claim it. If you don't own it, they're gonna own it. And so I wanted to give you a couple of thoughts on that in terms of what I believe. You guys know I've been in this. This is, this whole pro-black talk, Black Lives Matter talk. I've been doing this stuff for 25 years. I was doing this in 1996 when nobody else was really doing it, or so few people were, but not like it is now. So I've been waiting for this time. I remember writing articles in the 90s and the 2000s about all the black men going to prison, about police brutality, things like that. And nobody was listening. Even black people weren't listening. And so now people are listening. So while people are listening, I think it's important to be clear about what you want. So if you go back to our Black Core of 3 in the Black Business School, this is something we've believed, and I've repeated 1,000 times, is that we believe that black people should educate our own children, create our own jobs, and support black businesses. Those are the 3 things I believe black people need to do. And then if you want to add a bonus, in addition to educating our own children so they're not poisoned by the public school system, creating our own jobs so you're not begging a white man for a job so he can kick you around and mistreat you. And also, in addition to supporting black businesses so we can redirect those black dollars into the black community, we can add in policing our own communities. No white cops coming in black neighborhoods, no cops from the suburbs policing the inner city. It's a damn shame that so many of these cops that police our communities don't even live in those communities. So I think that that's something we can kind of lean on and something we can repeatedly talk about, so that it's not this unfocused energy. One of the biggest criticisms people had of Occupy Wall Street, that was the last time the white liberal left decided to attack or take up their issue with the capitalist power structure. The biggest criticism of Occupy Wall Street was that there was no unifying theme, there was no set of demands. Like, they were like, okay, you're here to destroy things, you're here to disrupt, but what are you actually trying to accomplish? What do you want? And maybe they did have a set of wants, but it was kind of morphed out, similar to how, the whole time Obama was president, people said black people need to tell Obama what they want. They need to give him a black agenda. And the whole time, the whole 8 years, people like Jesse Jackson, myself, and others were repeatedly, to hundreds of thousands of people reciting black agenda items. We were reciting this, but it's almost like if somebody really don't want to hear you, they're not going to hear you. If they, so the Obama administration just didn't want to hear it. They wanted to make the simple narrative that, well, we didn't give black people anything because black people didn't ask for anything. But they knew damn well Jesse Jackson was out there repeating himself. They knew damn well I was out there. I knew it because they used to call me until they stopped calling me, because I told them to stop calling me, because I said, I'm not trying to be your puppet. I really want you to actually do something for the people that put you in office. So I think it's very important in this whole situation that we remember who we are, what we want, and what we're trying to do. So I'm gonna give you those 4 things. So, you can write these down, repeat this to other people. 1, black people should educate our own children. They're black educators that deserve billions in funding so they can educate black kids so they're not getting destroyed by the school system. Educate our own children, create our own jobs, which means funding for black businesses, things like that, so we can have jobs and businesses in our communities, and also support black businesses. That's on us. That's our decision. That's our decision to support what's in our own community. Last piece is police our own communities. We must police our own communities. That'll solve 90% of the cop problems right there. Ain't no fat, chubby white man from the suburbs gonna be able to go into the hood and really know what's really going on, and know how to really show respect to the people that live in that community. That ain't never gonna happen. And the reason that they don't allow it to happen is because of the money. They make big bank off of policing you. They make big money. Herding Negroes like KFC chickens is a multi-trillion-dollar industry. So they need you for the money. They need your kids in public school so they can get money off of them. They need your sons in prison so they can make money off of them. They need the police coming into your communities so they can get money from policing the communities. Cops make money, when they go to court. They make money when they make arrests. They make money from getting those jobs. So this is all about the money, man. So I really think you can't let these folks off the hook easy, right? Like, so if somebody's saying, oh, Black Lives Matter, I agree. Okay, cool. I'd be like, okay, write a motherfucking check. Apple, for example, Apple's like, we want to support the Black Lives Matter movement. And they're not doing it because this is what black people want. I believe they're doing it because this is what the liberal left has taken up as their pet issue. It's like adopting black babies. Remember when all the people in Hollywood wanted to adopt a black baby so they could take some little African boy and turn him into a girl and shit like that? Well, it's the same thing. Now they've adopted black men as their new black babies. Black men are the new black baby. And so basically, that's why Apple made a statement. A lot of companies, Facebook made a statement. So my thing is like, thank you for your statement. Now I need you to write a big ass, gigantic fucking check with no strings attached. And I want it to be like $1 billion, $500 million, $100 million, some massive amount of money that we can then utilize for our own purposes. For example, let me give you an example. There's schools. I have regular conversations with a brother. Me and Alicia created a foundation. It's called the Boyce and Alicia Watkins Foundation, and we support. And it's basically, we're going to do it in conjunction with our wedding. We don't want wedding gifts. We actually want people to donate to the foundation, because our number one goal with the foundation is to support independent black schools that are run by black people for black children, not charter, public, none of that shit. Independent black schools. So anyway, I have regular conversations with Marcus Klein. Marcus Klein lives in Chicago. He educates black children better than damn near anybody on this planet. There ain't been a white woman on earth at a public school who has ever been able to educate black children the way Marcus Klein can at Freedom Home Academy International. So here's what's fascinating. I asked him, I'm like, so what's going on with the budget? What's going on with the money? Is it easy to raise money? Are people supporting you? And they're not getting any of the money that they deserve. They're not getting the federal funding they deserve. They're not getting support from the black community they deserve. All these white people talking about Black Lives Matter, ain't none of them writing no goddamn check. So, so I decided, I said, okay, well, let me just see if I can go help you raise some money. We wrote a check for $5,000, which was what I had. I was like, okay, well, I can make a donation of $5,000, and I got my cousin to make a donation. But it was like, I want to see if I can help you get a budget. At least maybe we can add $5,000-$10,000 a month to your budget or something like that, so you can do what you do best. But here's the deal. Here's the reality. That school should have a budget of, at least $500,000 a month. At least, $1 million a month. They should have the same amount of money that these shitty schools get to miseducate your children. They will spend more money miseducating a black child than they will spend properly educating a black child. So I need you to point to the damn tangibles. When Joe Biden shows up and asks for your vote, I'm not telling you not to vote for him. I don't really care who you vote for. But if you give your vote, demand something in exchange for it. That's what you got to do. You got to ask for, like, don't be stupid. Seriously, don't be stupid. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. That was my morning thought. I'm about to go. I got to go in here and do some work. But I remember, these are the 4 things: educate our own children, create our own jobs, support black businesses, police our own communities. Those are the 4 things that I'm hanging my hat on in terms of demands, because I really don't care if you tell me Black Lives Matter. I don't care if you tell me that you agree with the protests. I don't have white people. I don't know if anybody else has gone through this, but white people have been nice to me this week. And I'm like, why is that white lady smiling at me? White women don't smile at me. They normally look the other way. This white lady, like, gave me eye contact. I'm like, what is this? Like, this is the Twilight Zone. And it's fine. Okay, cool. Eye contact, smile at me, tell me you agree. I love that. But after that's done, I need something real, something tangible. Because here's the deal. There's a lot of these I mentioned this on Instagram, actually. A lot of these schools, universities, a lot of these universities that will be the first ones to scream Black Lives Matter. I was a professor on a couple of these campuses, and these campuses, the same ones that would tell you Black Lives Matter, they don't hire black professors. They sure as hell don't promote black professors. They don't bring in black students unless they can dribble a basketball or throw a football. UCLA, for example, UCLA, one of the most racist schools I've ever seen. You know, they'll bring in Negroes all day to play a sport, but won't bring black people in as actual students. Like the black males at UCLA made a video explaining what it feels like to be an African-American male on that campus. So to me, if you're not doing something, then you're not saying anything. You talk with your actions. So don't let people just give you talk. Tell them to deliver something tangible that you can actually sink your teeth into. I don't need white people to give me compliments and tell me I'm beautiful. I know I'm beautiful. I know I'm brilliant. I know I'm awesome. I know I'm worthy. I know my life matters. I don't need you telling me all of that. I need you to shut the fuck up and start writing those reparations checks that y'all been owing us for about 300-400 years. You're about 300-400 years behind schedule on your payment. So when can we expect payment? So that's what I say. When can we expect payment? If you really want to be down, you really want to be involved, then write a damn check. If you can't write a check or do something tangible, then I really don't want to hear what you have to say, because quite honestly, your opinion doesn't matter that much to me anyway. I stopped caring about what white people think probably about 2009, something like that. Anyway, I'm out of here, guys. Do me a favor. If you're interested in learning more about business and all that stuff, don't forget we have the Black Business School. It's really good. You can get started for free. It's theblackbusinessschool.com. THE, that's theblackbusinessschool.com. Economics must be at the top of our agenda. We're almost at 100,000 students. We're very, very close. And I believe we can be HBCU 2.0 for the 21st century. So go give it a try. Go take a look. It's really, really good. theblackbusinessschool.com. I'm out of here, guys. Have a good day. Love you. See you soon. Peace.
Here we are, clan the isms, cataclysm, great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones who late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money in the power, never be fake. Stick to cosign for 3. What did he say? Create jobs, support our own. Educate the same and buy back your home. Got 3 degrees, triple 10. 3 PhDs, now we on the CNN. DBTV, let's talk about negligence. Ignorance is bliss, but we can turn it to intelligence. Believe none of what you hear, half of what you see. Let's break it down here on Dr. Boy's TV.